Hello, good morning and welcome. My name is Rafał Motriuk. I'm a science and technology journalist and I'll be your host today in this room. Thank you so much for having me. This is Code Dive and it is now officially open. As you know, our city is famous for so many things, for its bridges, its rivers, its statues of little gnomes, including Nokia's own. It is also famous for its art, for its science and technology, but perhaps it is best known for its IT community, that is you guys. Welcome. I'd like to welcome everybody here today gathered in the New Horizons Cinema. It's so good to be back after the pandemic times, and I'd like to welcome everybody watching online. We streaming from all our 3 rooms, so shortly after the stream is going to split and our viewers online, you can choose which room you'd like to view. It is the 9th time that Nokia has organized this conference for us. Show of hands for whom this is number 9. Is there anyone who's been here from the start? Brilliant, brilliant. I can see some hands. Congratulations. Let me join you for coffee later. It's so good to be back. And over those 9 years, we've been through a lot. We've been through expansion. We've been through online versions only during the pandemic times. We've been pre-recorded, but now we are back and we are live. There are around 1,500 of us today here in the cinema. We have 3 rooms, over 20 speakers, so a lot to choose from. And some speakers are back. They've been here before. You know, we tried to keep them away, but we just couldn't. They liked it so much. Anyway, I think it's time for our first networking opportunity. So on my count, please, on 1, could you please say your first name? On 2, the name of your job, and on 3, number of years you've lived in Wrocław. So for me it would be 1, Rafał, 2, journalist, 3, 42, I'm sorry to say. Anyway, 1, 2, 3. Those who said 0, please stay with us. It's a very good place to live. Anyway, you know, such events can be very expensive, perhaps sometimes up to 1,000 euros each, but this conference is free. So I think it would be nice for us to put our hands together and thank our organizer and sponsor, Nokia. Very quickly, just some house rules. As ever, if I could ask everyone to please put your phones on silent. It would be great if you didn't interrupt the speakers until the Q&A session. And we doing it the old school way, so no fancy online stuff, just some mics in the room. Room capacity is slightly limited, but don't worry, all the talks are going to be recorded and you can view them later online on our website. There's a competition running, so in the meantime, if you're on a break or just changing rooms, try to find some white envelopes that are hidden here in the cinema. And once you find them, open them, read what's in them. There'll be a question, and if you know the answer, you can go to one of the publishers' house's stands, so PWN or Helios, and you'll get a reward. Also, don't forget about room 8, vintage retro games. I've already been there and I've already played, so there's pinball, there's Pong, and things that originated, you know, before a lot of us were even born. Lunch is at 1:25. There's no free food in this venue, but there are several places within walking distance, so you need to get your own food. If you'd like to stay, inexpensive coffee and snacks are in 3 stands, ground floor and second floor as well. And also there's an after party at Kontynuacja restaurant at 8:30. It's just around the corner, so everybody's welcome. And now I'd like to give the floor to Taras Lukaniuk, Nokia's Wrocław Technology Center head, and he's going to give his opening speech. Now, Taras unfortunately could not be with us this morning. He'll be coming later, so we have pre-recorded his speech. So, Taras, over to you.
Good morning, code divers. I'd like to be friendly open with you. During previous years, when we were forced to do this conference online, as it was an only option to run this event, I was eagerly waiting for a year to finally see you all here in this cinema room and be able to welcome you in life. But tough luck, I cannot be with you right here, right now. I'll join a bit later. Anyway, a warm welcome to all of you, to speakers and listeners from Poland and from abroad, to organizers and to volunteers. A warm welcome to all who made this conference a very special day in a year, a day where the knowledge about latest cutting-edge technologies being shared, discussed, and respectfully challenged. I would like also to pass a huge thank you to a project team who was able to dive deeply into the code dive and made an excellent effort for this event to be at the top. In Nokia, we are creating technology that helps people to act together. For me, it simply means about staying connected. So use this opportunity, expand your knowledge as well as expand your networking. These are both your superpowers. The 9th edition of Code Dive Conference is open. Enjoy every second of it.
Taras Lukaniuk. Now, it normally takes a year to organize Code Dive, but this year we have a brand new team of organizers, and they started working only in July. So they were working like crazy. The core team is 4 women, and they call themselves a patchwork project family. Now, you might call yourself patchwork, but for what we're seeing here today, the setup is just perfect, and it's very professional, so I'm sure everybody's going to be enjoying this conference today, given how well it is organized. So, who's the mysterious head of this new team? It's Ewa Okołotowicz, and she'd like to introduce herself, the team, and the conference today. Ewa, over to you.
Oh gosh, so many of you. Hello everyone, my name is Ewa Okołotowicz and I'm external coordinator in Nokia Technology Center in Wrocław. And I'm also a mother of this year's edition of Code Dive. Let me show you a very sentimental device to me. Who knows this computer? Who played Atari 65XE? You may raise a hand. Okay, you did. Oh, big fun. I see they did too. I may guess how old are you guys? Well, I did. I've played Atari like a maniac, you know. I played Builder Dash, River Red, Frogger, Montezuma's Revenge, and many, many more. Well, I always played second because of my older brother. The fights were fierce, you may imagine. Marcin, my brother, is watching us now, so I love you, and I hate the fact that I always played second and that you always played better. But thanks to my brother, we had a disk drive. And believe me, having a disk drive rather than tapes recorder, that meant like a true respect in the hood, right? But why am I mentioning that? Why did I bring it with me today? Maybe that's the fact that one of our dear speakers, Douglas Crockford, worked for Atari and released few quite known titles. Well, it might be, but I've brought it to you this time because this was like a game changer to me. That is a ticket to IT world. I remember first comments to change the background color. Wow, it was like a magic to me. Since then, I've always worked close to the technology, and I think that I always will. But I also believe that what is very important is both having knowing hard and soft skills. Maybe I did not become a programmer because my humanistic side had won, but I truly believe that to be the best version of ourselves, we need to have both soft and hard skills. And that is why we've enriched this year program with some predilections that are IT related, but also that touch the softer side of IT. So make sure you won't miss Agnieszka Szufarska, Natalia Lewków-Pankiewicz, or, that's right, Paweł Tkaczyk. No, that's not the end. Sorry, guys. So that's the ninth edition of a Code Dive, but the first one for me as an organizer. So let me thank you all for coming. Yeah, that's the most important for us. Many thanks to Nokia for such an amazing project, to the big boss, Taras, for trust and signing a budget. And huge thanks to my project team. And if you can believe, it consists of 3 wonderful ladies. Olga, Magdalena, Ania, thank you so much. Without you, I would have several heart attacks, that's for sure. Also, guys, one thing, remember to visit room number 8, because there is another true magic that we did there. We turned back the time to late 90s, and there is a retro, yeah, they call it retro now, retro games tournament with plenty awards to be won. And it doesn't matter if you're Atari, Commodore, or Pegasus team, you will find something for yourself. Okay, so remember, develop soft skills. Visit room number 8 for retro games tournament. And an official after party is in continuacja. Okay, Code Dive 2022, let's get started!